This basketball season was definitely one of the funnest and most memorable I've ever had. Had a lot of fun getting to know some new guys that I hadn't had a chance to play with. We felt the most like a family. I think the guys would agree that we were just so tight on and off the court. In the hallway, walking down the hallway and seeing like a big group of guys wearing Souhegan sweatshirts and no one else in the group, and laughing and cracking jokes, and I think a lot of that chemistry that we made off the court, carried on to on the court. I think that we really gelled quick, like right away, and that as soon as practice started early on in the season, sometimes it takes some other teams longer to develop that, and I felt like we did it right away, and that helped us out a lot this year. I just had a lot of fun overall.
I really feel like this is the most fun I've ever had playing basketball season with these guys. It wasn't necessarily the wins or the amount of points we scored and stuff like that. It was just the times that we had and the experience that we had. And I've been part of an undefeated middle school team and undefeated JV team, and this was better than it. And because it just doesn't always have to do with the winning. It was really the bond that we created on and off the court that was so memorable.
The season, obviously, like our on-court accomplishments were just amazing, and I think on the court, the more we accomplished, the better, the closer we got. And overall, like everybody else said, that the more of a family we became, the better we played on the court. And I feel like the court was almost like an extension of our friendship. Like we just knew exactly what was going on. So the season just was awesome because everybody else was so close with each other. And overall, we just had a great time, and it was just a great time.
For me, one of my memories that kind of sums up the season for me, that the boys have talked about a little bit, getting up to UNH last year, getting into a Final Four was great. We didn't get that far this year, but this year was much more gratifying. It was so much more fun. And the story that I've been telling everybody the last couple of weeks was the last film session we did at my house. We're having some dinner, we're watching some film, and one of my neighbors knocks on the door and says there's a big black there's a big black bear in the neighborhood. So I said, okay, thanks for telling me. I go into the living room and I tell the boys, there's a big picture window in my living room, and I said, if you look out this window in a couple of minutes and look at the tree line, this big black bear supposedly is in our neighborhood. And as soon as I said the word like bear, like it just got out of my mouth, they were gone. The entire team ran out of my house, and they were chasing through the woods after this bear. And on the one hand, you're bummed because now the film session's over. But I'm looking at them outside, pawing at the cars and running into the woods. And it is what made this team special, because on the court they were fierce. They wanted to win. They're such great competitors. And off the court, they're just great kids, and they know how to have fun and enjoy each other. I've been doing this 20 years at a lot of different age levels, and I've never had so much fun coaching a team. It's because of the kids. I think if you're a competitor, whether you're an athlete or a coach, there's no better feeling in the world than somebody telling you what you can't do, what you're not going to be, where the experts think you are. Everybody saw us as a middle-of-the-road team, a 9-9 team, a 10-8 team, somebody that would be tough on some nights but not be that good. And it's frustrating, it's aggravating. But the great thing about sports is you only get to prove it on the court. And either the other people are going to be right or you're going to be right. And that was one of our themes this year. And as the year started out, when we started getting on the court, as an entire staff, we're looking on the court going, who's got a better point guard than Brandon? Who's got a better kid on the wing than Zach? Who's got a better post player than Jake? Who's got more strength coming off the bench than kids like Tyler Ford? And you think, God, we're a really good team. So it was a surprise early, but by mid-season, it was no surprise. We knew we were pretty good.
I think as a whole, we all expected to win the majority of our games. We've been together since like 4th grade, and we know what we have in our locker room, and nobody else around the state seems to know. But we know we had an undefeated middle school team. We did great on JV, so it was only like a matter of time before we made it onto the varsity scene. And I think we were all very confident that whatever they said was wrong, and we could prove it wrong at any given day.
Yeah, I totally agree with Zach. I think that people didn't really know what we had on our team, and maybe it's because we don't have as many guys that play basketball year-round, or maybe it's because we don't have the big names that a lot of teams do. But we knew we had the talent in the locker room, and for me personally, I wasn't that surprised of how well we did. I think I was surprised with certain players and certain nights that we did things that really impressed me. But as a whole, and the way we finished the season at 16-2, I thought that's was a realistic goal from the beginning.
I never thought that it was an unrealistic goal either. 16-2 was a little more than I expected, but I never really knew what to expect because so many different guys that I didn't know what to expect from them coming off the bench, and kids like guys like Tim Bellevue and Tyler Ford exceeded everyone's expectations, I think.
Sure.
And that they were definitely big puzzle pieces, and they definitely couldn't have gotten there without them, and I think that they were the big reason that we did as well as we did. But I can't say that I was surprised. I'm looking forward to next year. Just after kind of got left with kind of a nasty taste in our mouth after the way things panned out for us, and I know I can speak for them. I'm just we got unfinished business, and I'm ready to get back out there.
Yeah, I want to go out on top. I think obviously everyone does, but it's something where been pretty close at certain points, and then this last season, like Jake said, kind of a bad feeling left in our mouth, and we're not gonna be like let's wait till the season. We're gonna start now. Start in the off season, work hard then. I'm not worried too much about the start of the season. I'm trying to improve my team in the off season, and then once it comes around, we'll worry about that. But right now, it's the off season.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Lenny. I know as soon as that playoff game ended, and then the Monday after it, I was in the gym working out, and I know these guys were there too. And I just honestly cannot wait for next season. Like, I'm gonna work as hard as I can. Like, I'm doing a bunch of workout programs, TSCDs, performance training, and stuff like that. It's awesome. Like, I just can't wait to play with these guys, especially.
I always tell people at the end of the season, there's a good month after the end of the season that I don't miss it. It's nice not to pack a second bag, full of gym clothes. It's nice not to stay up at night watching film and writing practice plans. But the minute our quarterfinal game ended, I wanted to go back to work. I woke up the next morning and I was almost to the point of being angry. I didn't have a practice to go to. I wasn't in the gym with these guys. And when I start thinking about next year, and I think about, again, these three guys on my left and some of the other guys we have coming back, this notion of unfinished business, and it's going to drive us. I think it's going to drive all of us all summer. But what's really great about that is, I think we're going to talk championship more than we've ever talked before, because these guys are good enough to do it. But what's great about it is we're going to go into it knowing how much fun we're going to have again. That it's really a special group of kids. The guys that are coming back, and whoever fills in some of the blanks from JV, we're going to be really good, and we're going to have a blast. Like these guys said, I literally cannot wait to get. It's 31 weeks from Monday. And I'll be counting down the days as it gets closer. 31 weeks, you guys got to be ready now. So, yeah, we'll be ready to go.